You may have noticed in the previous lesson when we were resizing objects that when we clicked on an object we got those sizing handles, but there was that extra handle that appeared at the top in green. And that's the handle I mentioned earlier that we would use to rotate an object. So we're going to look at rotating objects and also flipping them vertically and horizontally on a page. So let's go to our Open button up here. Give it a click and navigate to the Lesson 3 folder of your exercise files. We're going to open up Brochure 3F. So you can give it a click and open or double click it. That's the shortcut. And this is a 3-panel brochure. So here you can see that we've got our 3 panels, the front, the back, and the inside flap. And if we go to the other side by clicking page 2, you can see we've got some objects here. So we've got some clip art, we've got some text, and so on. I'm going to click on this object down here, the globe, here on page 2. And you can see I get the picture toolbar showing up because this is a piece of clip art. I'm going to zoom into it by clicking the zoom in button. And I'm going to zoom in to 100%. This is actual size. Alright, so there's those handles we saw earlier in the previous lesson for resizing. And there's that extra one at the top. And you can see as I hover over it, my mouse pointer turns into this circular type shape that represents rotation. So if I wanted to rotate this, put on the angle, I just simply click and I drag it around in a circle. So if I leave it right there, you can see how it's been rotated to an angle. I can rotate it back, and this is what we would call freehand rotate. Now when it comes to perfectly level, you can see it kind of snaps into position. That means when I let go, I can be sure that this is perfectly level. I'm just going to size this up a little bit so it's a little squarer. That looks good there. And show you another way to rotate. You can go up to your standard toolbar, and you'll notice up here we do have the free rotate button. And if I click on that, you can see what's happened now. The handles have changed around the outside. So when I move to the corners, I get that same little circular symbol that represents rotating. So I can rotate it this way as well. So it's just an extra step, but it's another way to be able to rotate. So I can flip that right upside down. I'm going to rotate it back around. And I just want to show you something else. The rotate button up here, the free rotate button, has a little drop down. And if I click that, you can see I've got some other options. I can rotate exactly 90 degrees to the left or 90 degrees to the right. You can see what that does. I can also come down here to flip an image. So if I don't want to rotate it, but I want the mirror image, for example, I can come down and flip horizontally. So now you can see that I've got the frame around my globe on the left side instead of the right. Now flipping vertically is going to flip it upside down. So to bring it back, I can flip it vertically again. I'm going to deselect just by clicking outside of the object. So that takes the free rotate off. Now I'm just back to the regular sizing handles. Another click outside the object deselects it so I can see the finished product. So pretty simple. We can rotate objects freely using the free rotate option. Remember, when you click on an object, you can go straight to free rotation by going up to the top handle. But keep in mind, on your standard toolbar, you've also got options for rotating and flipping. So if you've got an object, especially images on a page in a publication, and you prefer it to be upside down or facing the other direction or rotated, very simple to do, and many different ways to do it as well.